This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore.
This week is Comm Week, and NDSU's Communication Department is doing a lot to make the best of it. In the second year of the event, an NDSU alum who has had major success in the field of communication after graduation came to speak. CEO of Spotlight Media, Mike Dragozevich, visited NDSU and spoke about how comm majors can be successful. Other events throughout the week included PRSSA's kickoff event and the National Student Advertising Competition Showcase. Also, Department Chair Dr. Mark Meister hosted one of the many seminars throughout the week. Even in its second year, Comm Week is making an impact on campus.
Really perceive it as being something that they need to or should take notice of. So this gives an opportunity, I guess, to raise awareness a little bit of the kind of communication that's going on at NDSU and how to maybe make yourself part of it.
To close out the week, NDSU's Society of Professional Journalists and students from Dr. Charles Okibo's Comm 320 class will participate in a research roundtable. The event is called the NDSU Global Media Project. Our neighbors across the bridge, Minnesota State University Moorhead, has a new president. Ann Blackhurst was approved yesterday by the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities Board of Trustees. Blackhurst has been MSUM's provost and senior vice president of academic affairs since 2011. She's expected to start as president in July. NDSU is planning a new center to research and help develop a safe and healthy food supply for people around the world. The proposed Global Institute of Food Security and International Agriculture would take advantage of our state's rich soil. The unveiling of the proposal will be at today's State Board of Higher Education meeting in Dickinson in hopes to get approval. Officials at NDSU say food security is one of the most fundamental challenges across the world, which is why NDSU wants to do their part to help. NDSU's football defense won't be unfamiliar to many next season. Over half of the Bison defense is coming back, but one group that has several questions going into next season is the defensive line. With senior defensive end Kyle Emanuel coming back as lone returning starter, this year will be a shakeup. In 2013, NDSU had 4 veterans with starting experience and a depth chart filled with upperclassmen. This year, however, we'll start with a defensive line with a small amount of playing time previously. Nonetheless, that hasn't stopped the Bison from chasing their goals of yet another conference national championship.
New players in there, without Levon Perry and Drevlo and Ludke, got some different players in there, but it's also exciting. Our kids have worked really hard, and like I said, all I ask out of those guys is improvement every single day.
Team goal, that's not going to change. We want to win a Missouri Valley title. We want to win a national title. Personally, as a defensive line, we want our sack numbers to improve. We know we need to get after the quarterback. That ultimately helps the defense, helps the secondary, helps linebackers make plays. Just to continue to be a dominant defense, that's always our goal.
That defensive line and the rest of the Bison squad will hold their annual Green and Gold Spring Scrimmage. The game is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. Saturday at Gate City Bank Field in the Fargo Dome. The 2013 FCS championship rings will be given to those on last year's team during the event. Coming up on this edition of SU TV News, a recent study shows you may want to think twice before taking another selfie. We get to look at the Fashion Apparel Business Organization's 13th annual fashion show, and in sports, we check out Bison men's baseball. Those stories and more tonight at 7:30 right here on Channel 84. And now let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by MapBus. Looks like today there's about a 70% chance of rain at 58 degrees. Throughout the weekend and early next week, there's more chance of rain in the 50s. And Wednesday it should be mostly sunny at about 54. This has been an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore.
This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore.